Hello boys and girls, if you are in Google plus the other category, I am your host, you are the viewer, and I am Get That Carpenter, and you must be the other category, I'm guessing. But, all seriousness aside, yeah, this is a weekly series I do of Tip Tuesday for multiplayer. So without further ado, we're going to teach you guys how to win more gunfights in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, the number one tip I can give to anybody for Black Ops 2 gunfights is know your class and know your gun range. Now, what I'm talking about know your class is use something that's realistic that can actually help you get, either win the gunfight or try not to get into gunfights at all. So I'm going to be using lightweight, dexterity, toughness. The reason why I picked these perks out is because toughness makes it flinch less when shot, so I have a higher chance of getting more bullets onto the opponent when being shot at. My first tier perk is lightweight because I want to try to move as fast as I can with my 2 attachments, and my third tier perk is dexterity. Now the reason why I have dexterity is because if I'm sprinting, I can pull up my gun faster than my opponent, which will most likely be running at the same speed too. Now usually whoever gets their gun up first from a medium to short range gunfight usually has the advantage over that gunfight. So what I did to do this, I used quick draw and stock because that way I can aim down my sights a lot faster, and I can also keep them down the sights a lot longer. Now I also am using a secondary, the Executioner with long barrel, in case if I do run out of ammo because I'm not using scavenger, or in case if I get into a close quarter situation I have to reload, I can quickly switch to that gun and get the kill. And also I have tactical grenades, which will be the EMP, and lethals, which is C4. The reason why I have those is because I want to try to avoid getting into gunfights around corners, and if I do have to go into that chance, EMP grenades can fry them out, take out any support they have, such as claymore, shock charges, sentry guns, whatever. I can take it out no problem, and now I have that advantage over the gunfight because they cannot even see their radar. Now, the reason I'm using C4 is because if I see, like here, I will give you an example. If I see a guy and I don't want to get into a gunfight, I can just pull that out, get an easy kill, and I don't even have to do anything. I just don't have to enter it. I don't have to worry about whether to do. Now, as soon as this gameplay begins, I'm going to show you some tips on how to drop shot and how to avoid your enemy's bullets. Now, I am playing against bots for a reason, because I didn't want to do this in a real game. Well, I mean, because bots have aimbot, which makes it obvious because they can aim down their sights and lock onto you very quickly. So they are on, I think, regular or recruit, so it's not that challenging, but these are just some examples of what to do. Now you're going to want to use your surroundings to your advantage, and many times you'll see I'll be walking around corners and I can just easily just use the corner as my advantage to only see half of my body. And here's one of those times where I don't want to enter with a riot shield guy, so I just throw the C4 and get it over with. Now you're going to see coming up here is I'm going to do some dolphin diving sort of things. Well, not really dolphin diving, but I'm going to jump and crouch. And what this enables me to do is it basically takes out the chance of my enemy getting all the bullets on me necessary to kill. Now this is very helpful, obviously, if you do not have an advantage over a gunfight. You can just come at them and just jump to avoid their bullets. Now what drop shotting is when you switch your placement of your controls around from knifing and crouching, it basically just switches those two around, so it's easier to drop to the ground and it's harder for them to kill you. Right there is a perfect example, because if I just walked straight out, that guy would have had me and I would have been dead. Here's another example. I can just avoid them easily with no problem just by doing that. Now this does take some practice, but if you can seem to do this, it does work out very well. Now another great tip is know your gun range. You see earlier in this gameplay that I avoid my enemy that is at a medium gun range when I am with the Peacekeeper. Now I could have had him, but I knew that there was guys beside me, and I knew that that guy would have been harder to kill because he had a sniper rifle, and that was more of his gun range range. So here you see I can pull them both off just because they aren't expecting me to pull that little move. Now another tip I can give is if you're somehow getting to the back of a gunfight and the enemy is just shooting at you, most of the time you will die. but there are other ways to avoid it. Now, if you're going around a corner and this occurs, most people just lay down and let the guy come in there. That's a very bad idea, because that guy might have C4 or an EMP grenade. He can just fry you. You can't see anything. He can easily get the kill. Now, and then there's another option where you can just run away, but that's a very bad idea because the guy can still kill you. He will catch up to you eventually, and he will obviously pull that trigger, and you're dead. A very good tip for this is when you're running around a corner, just jump out. It will surprise him, and he will probably still be running, and his gun will not even be pulled up, and with dexterity your gun will be pulled up, and you can easily get the kill on him and start adding to your score streak. And I'm just going to let the gameplay play out. You're going to see me do some of the moves that I've been talking about and how they're helpful and effective. But the commentary is starting to wrap up. So if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like so I can put out one next week, which I probably will, and have a nice day.